Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Crown Cup. It is, I believe, the champions side of the uh, bracket. So we have Rocket versus Jormungandr today. I am Zima, and today I'm joined by Val.
Hello, everyone. I am your co-caster with our lovely Zima, and we are going to be watching Team Rocket. Team Rocket versus Team Jormungandr. Very nice name,
Jormungandr. Say that
Jormungandr.
10 times fast.
I can't. No way I'd be able to. Yeah,
Jormungandr, Jormungandr, Jormungandr.
you could do way better than I can that. But we've got these two teams who both right now do not have a win on the board. So it's quite
Yeah,
important for both of them. They've both come in with two losses so far, a chance to make a bit of a comeback and not be lost in our rankings.
yeah, for sure. I mean, they've both played one game so far, though, I believe. So yeah, here you can see. Oh wait, no, they have played two games. So I was gonna say that it's like, oh, they haven't played that many games yet, so it's not that bad. But two games is already a point where you're like, oh, is something going wrong? Well, here, one of them is gonna have a leg up in the competition at the end of the day. So one team is gonna go out of this feeling a little bit better about themselves. I feel like, but it is
Absolutely.
early days. It is early days. Like
Yeah,
it is a
very
round
much.
robin, so we still have so many games to play.
Yeah, absolutely. With this many teams in our Challenger division and rookie division, to be fair, there is going to be quite a lot more games. It's still very much early days, and we could see maybe a big comeback from these teams, a big reversal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we do see some teams solidify themselves on the top, but it's never too late to turn the story around. And talking about turning the story around, let's talk about the game from yesterday, shall we? Or
Oh, absolutely. That was an absolutely fantastic game, which was Let Me Know versus MUC Celestial. And
yeah,
the story of that
let me
first
know
map, at
to
least. Wow.
yeah, let me know took the first map, and then the other three were taken by MUC Celestial. So if you haven't watched that match, you should. It was a really great match. Unfortunately, we had some stream issues, but we resolved them in due time. And yeah, today we have a different match. So yeah, that was a quick 30 seconds recap uh, of that game. We have some stats here. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, just comparing the two sides, you can see that MU Celestial, on average, have higher eliminations, final blows, less deaths, and obviously more damage, and a bit less healing. They were overall getting more kills, winning more fights as the matches went on, and we went through the maps. And they were much more dominant compared to the first map, especially in the other three. They really went into their stride and played some great Overwatch against Team Fanata, as I should say. Let me know there.
yeah. Well, let's talk about these teams. Well, let's start with Team Rocket. They are a dive team, I believe. I think they specified that on their sheet somewhere. Actually, they didn't. Never mind.
But what we do know about them at the very least is we've kind of got a bit of a mix of nationalities here, but on the whole, they seem to really favor the Winston. From what I've seen from their tank, you're welcome here. A big Winston player. My favorite hero is definitely Winston, and the reason I'm saying this is because Bingus, their lovely flex support, is an Ana main. Really likes playing Ana, so the Winston Ana. The most interesting part of this for me was also their main support being a big fan of Lucio. So we might see some Winston Ana Lucio, which in this meta, or what we've seen, I think might be a bit trickier um, in some of these maps and compositions. Winston, it
Hmm.
feels like Freya really shuts him out of the game a lot of the time with the amount of poke and the amount of burst you can put in. So if we see a
And
Freya swap, then
also,
Winston might be definitely quite a bit harder.
yeah, and I was gonna say also, it's pretty hard to do anything against the Freya as Winston. She has so much like movement abilities that it's really hard for you to stay in your like Tesla range, keep her into your Tesla range, and yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're very much relying on your DPS to be able to shut the fray out the game as you take these angles. We also
yeah,
see
so
their lovely DPS, Fam and Sig here, with their favorite heroes being the Junkrat and the Freya, respectively.
yeah.
Do you think we might see some Junkrat from?
Could be, maybe not. They say that like their most played hero is May, so I'm expecting to see a little bit more May. Expecting to see a little bit more brawly type compositions because of that May as well. So since Winston is not like that good at the moment, like it's still playable, obviously, but you have to be really, really on point with that composition to make it work. So yeah, I'm expecting something different than what we see on our screens right now.
Yeah. Well, at least for Jormungandr, Team Rocket, they're going to be preparing for trouble and they're going to be making it double for this team. And Jormungandr, we're going to start off with Lune, I'd say, their tank player, who's a Hazard fanatic here, it seems. Really, really loves to work the Hazard as their favorite hero and their most played hero.
Oh, and apparently, in additional information, they do work in Ex Oblivione. I don't know what that means, but
I
probably
believe the org, which has been in Overwatch, has been in Marvel Rivals, and a few other esports exo, been very successful actually. I believe they're working. I can't remember exactly. I've seen Lune on Twitter. I can tell you that much.
I don't go to Twitter, so I have not seen them. Anyways, the DPS lineup is Bouncy and Bonji, the Sojourn and the Genji, respectively. And yeah, what do you think of that? Very like meta composition.
A DPS line that can really work well with Hazard, which seems to be what they're leaning towards here. You know, the Genji able to follow up super well with this Hazard dive, or even the Brawl. Surgeon able to always be super effective in these kind of matchups. You know, fantastic long range hit scan, can slide in or slide out, got the rail gun to follow up when she needs.
Yeah, and talking about the elephant in the room, Tilted and Ome. Tilted rocking that training bot. What do you think of that?
Obviously,
Do you think we're
the
gonna see that in the game?
I really wish we did. I hope to still see it. You know, maybe this is the next hero, the up and coming hero, far better than Wu Yang could ever be right now. We've
The
got Honor and a
43rd
training
or
bot.
the 44th hero training bot
Well,
coming
it's definitely
straight
one
from
everybody
training
who's
days.
ever played the game will most certainly recognize. If you don't recognize Hazard, you'll most definitely recognize this person on the right. Iconic, I'd say.
Yeah, seems like we might be soon getting into the match as teams are already choosing the bands and the maps. And I already see the first map is going to be Lijiang Tower. Don't know who picked it. Uh, yeah, unfortunately, Face it does not have that feature of seeing who picked the map.
But yeah, Lijiang Tower. It may favor Jormungandr a bit more, I think. I'm not too knowledgeable on your welcome other than the Winston so far. So we're really going to have to see how they can do in this dive mirror. I mean, well, on Lijiang, I'd say. If you can't really play the Winston or it's much tougher, I'd like to see what they might play otherwise.
Well, Hazard is banned, so
Well, that
you
is an
know,
absolute spanner in the works
Jormungandr.
there.
Yeah, Jormungandr is not gonna have that one in their toolkit. However, that does mean that Hazard is gonna be available for the rest of the game. So banning it out early is a bit of a gamble by Team Rocket, I would say. And yeah, they're gonna have probably a support band in return, something that can really punish whatever the Jormungandr is gonna want to play. Oh no. It seems like we have an issue again. Val is dead. R.I.P. Val. May you rest in peace until you return and resurrected once more. Uh, anyways, oh, I can hear myself.
Yep.
Sorry,
Okay.
you're back.
The nice thing about having the technical difficulties yesterday is I've managed to sort out and identify problem immediately today. So progress. We
Hey,
take that for what it is.
nice. All right.
What do you think? What kind of compositions do you think we'd see um, from Team Rocket here? Because even though they favor Winston, do you think we'll see a Winston here on Lijiang?
I mean, we could. There's nothing stopping them from doing it other than it's not the optimal pick.
Yeah,
But
I
since
feel
Hazard
like
is
it'd
out,
be. I feel like it'd be
I don't
super
know.
tricky on Control Center though. If there's a map where it'd be super tough to play Winston, that inside one where it's super enclosed, we rarely see Sojourns in Control Center. We see much more Cassidy from our hit scans because it's so tight and it's super favorable towards Cassidy's effective range. If there's
Yeah,
a map
sure.
I expect not to see Winston, it would definitely be a Control Center. But Night Market, if you play it right, I
Yeah,
think it's doable.
Night Market and Garden both would favor Winston a lot. Like, I like playing Winston on both of those maps. Uh, but I mean, since they're flat maps, you could also play like something like, I don't know, Ramatra, Orissa, Mauga, something like that as well. But we'll see what the teams roll out on. Here we see, yeah, Hazard banned by Jormungandr. Wait, Hazard was banned by Jormungandr.
Oh, I think I see
That's
what they're doing
actually,
here. They,
huh?
they,
That's a,
this is confidence from Jormungandr, I'd say, because if they ban Hazard this map, for the map 2, Hazard is unbannable, and on
no,
these
no, no.
hybrids, it could be
But
incredibly strong if you're able to access that. If you
Rocket
got
will still
another
be able
pick,
to ban Hazard, even though it has been banned by Jormungandr. That doesn't mean that Rocket cannot ban it next game. It's a very interesting ban here, actually. Banning your preferred hero. I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie. It might be an
well,
error
if it's not what I'm
on our
thinking,
part.
then is this just them aura farming? Is this confidence? I'm genuinely nonplussed by
It
this.
genuinely could be.
Maybe we don't know
Aura
enough about
farming on
Rocket here.
0-2 record.
It could be, very much could be.
Maybe that's
Fanning
why they
out your
lost
favorite
previous
hero in
games
your
because they
best
were aura
comp.
farming too much.
Yeah, it very well might be. We'll have to see what they have in store for us here, Team Jormungandr. So, what do you think about the Anaban in response from Team Rocket?
No clue. I don't. I am lost by the first ban. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe
The
like,
Anaban, well, Bingus obviously is really, really happy to play the Ana as their most played hero and absolutely their favorite hero. And it seems the team can definitely play around this. But the interesting thing for me is Ome is very much the same in the sense they also play Ana a lot and feel super confident on it. So with both teams having very good Ana players, um, are they just trying to force a different support lineup here? Maybe a Lucio Kiri. We might see some Juno Brig with this availability.
yeah, could be. I don't
Maybe
know.
they just don't want to deal with the antis in general, or even the nano turns.
I would assume that that the bans are flipped, but until we know otherwise, I would assume that because it doesn't make sense for Rocket to ban Ana. It doesn't make sense for Jormungandr to ban Hazard.
Yeah, that did strike me as quite strange, but it seems until we get more information on that, these should be in the right positions. And Yomaganda, it seems, may have absolutely banned their hazard, and we're just gonna go off that assumption for now. Oh, two players on Yomaganda may have DC'd, so we're gonna make sure the rest of these players get in the lobby. And once we're set up, we'll get to it as soon as we can.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. When I think of the hazard ban, if they ban it themselves, um, maybe it's just otherwise it could be a tank protect ban in the sense that any other tank that they may have got for this map could be unbannable in this sense, or maybe leaving the tank ban open was probably too tricky or too dangerous for them. So banning hazard and having another hero they can rely on and they can protect, it could be quite good for them, tactically speaking. And it could just be a bit better for them later on down the line, assuming this match does go the length.
Yeah. It does seem like it is confirmed that Jormungandr has banned Hazard. Uh, so yeah,
Well,
and
with
we
the
are
ban
getting
system still being once per team, it
and we
does
are getting
say.
we're get. Oh, sorry, you go
Oh
first.
yeah, no, you got this.
And we are getting a confirmation that it is once per team. Like a hero can be banned once per team. So Hazard can still be banned by a rocket. So it doesn't make sense to me that Jormungandr. Maybe they misunderstood the rules as well, just like you did. I don't know.
They could also likely have a bit of trouble with that initial bit of reading comprehension, but nonetheless, it could still be more a tactical decision for later on, which still is very much doable. But yeah,
Well, it looks like
the
we're
honor
having a
ban I
little bit of
found,
issues.
I'd still find the honor ban a bit strange though, because honor on Lijiang I find a bit trickier due to the nature of this map and how close it can be. We see a lot of
Yeah.
brawl here, and when things get messy like this, we see traces, we see Genjis. The honor, in comparison to obviously the Kiriko, is a lot more vulnerable, a lot more stationary. You really have to play for these angles, these nade timings, these sight lines. On the whole, it's a slower comp. So I feel like the honor band is still the one that's kind of confused me more. I'd say, unless the team felt really confident on the honor, on the Lijiang of all places, because even Gardens, I'd say, can be a lot trickier compared to a team that just runs a simple brawl with Lucio carry backlines.
Yeah. Or even just dive with Kiryu Lucio, honestly. Lucio is really good on Lijiang Tower. You just provide a lot of I don't know, scare tactics, I would say, on that garden that with the boop. And you do see it all the way from like bronze to grandmaster, the boops there, and even in organized play. So yeah, I don't know. Ana is a weird one for sure to ban.
Speaking of boops, do you think perhaps we may see a wrecking ball on Lijiang Gardens?
You could,
Definitely one of
obviously.
Ball's strongest maps, you know? You could run the Ball Tracer Sombra along with the Lucio carry and set up some incredible dives using this space. But yeah, with these players, still a lot remains to be seen.
All right.
I'm looking into some more information about our lovely Tilted, and they are a Brig OTP.
Mm.
So if they've got a Brig OTP and you ban out the Ana, well, the Brig player is not going to swap to Lucio, who maybe they feel a bit less comfortable on. This might be the reason we see the Ana ban. They could have been running a Ana Brig backline, but if the Ana's gone, maybe they're forced to run Juno Brig or Kiri Brig, something they feel a lot less confident on. In this kind of context, I'd say the Ana ban for me makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. I don't know really. We're having some issues, so um
Well, the very least
I'm
we can still blame, face it.
all right. It should be not too long till we get a lobby made. We're gonna have to self host again. Face it is having some more trouble once again. So yeah,
I think another interesting thing when I think about the teams is Jormungandr have for their flex DPS. Um, Bonji is really confident on Genji, as Genji is their most played hero, and Genji on a map like Lijiang in the Brawl Mirror is incredibly strong. On the other side,
Mm.
we have Mei being the most played hero, with Junkrat's a favorite hero
Yeah.
from
May's
Pyco.
good on Control Center.
Mei
We
is
could
good on
see
Control Center,
something like
but I
Ramatra
do wonder
May.
if we've got a Mei in comparison to a Genji, maybe that could be like the other big thing in terms of value. Or if Pyco doesn't really feel as confident on Genji in comparison this time to Bonji, that could be a big gap that Yomonganda can definitely take advantage of.
Well, yeah, we'll see how it pans out, but I am interested in seeing what the teams run on Control Center, as it's probably going to be the most important map
With the
sub map we're
Hazard
gonna have.
ban, what do you think the tank that will be played this time from Yomonganda? Because I'd imagine probably Ramatra. Ramatra seems like the safest
Yeah,
option here.
Ramatra. I was gonna say
There's
Ramatra,
still
maybe Orisa,
Orisa.
maybe yeah, Queen we saw yesterday. Uh,
We see some Queen. There are still options for Queen, of course.
but yeah. At the same time, I'm still perplexed by the hazard ban since it's not really that good on Lijiang, really. Or like it is good in the sense that hazard is good, but Lijiang is not the best hazard map, if that makes sense.
Um, yeah, no,
But
I really see what you mean. There is still obviously places where Hazard can be incredibly good, and one of those places for me is still Gardens, due to the bridge and his wall that can just effectively boot people.
yeah,
People do tend to forget about the fact that if you bump into the wall, it will boot you, it will knock you back even further than you initially went into it. And we have seen some environmental deaths caused due to this. Or even if I think of
yeah.
the White Room in Gardens, or even in terms of Control Center,
White Drum,
just
yeah,
being
is a
able
good
to
wall spot.
isolate someone with a Sude Mei wall is really strong in and of itself.
Yeah, that is true. The White Room is good for hazard and his wall, but it's also good for May. So on the other hand,
This could be a tale
uh,
of two walls from Yomaganda and Team Rocket here.
oh, we won't because hazard got banned by Jormungandr
Oh
for
well,
some
of course,
reason.
of course,
Still don't know
Yomaganda
why.
really
Still
planned
don't
out
know
their
why.
heads. We'll have to just think of the theory on this one and see if we can maybe piece it down. Or it could just be revealed when we get into the map, and we'll see what comps the team roll out on.
All right, it seems like we're getting ready. So we're gonna have a match anytime now. And I don't wanna spoil don't wanna like cast or curse it, but we've been sitting here for 20 minutes and we haven't had a match yet.
Don't
So
worry, we can.
I'm kinda getting restless. I'm not
Nah, we
gonna
can
lie.
trust me, Zima. We can absolutely yap for 20 more minutes perfectly. But not to worry of you. It's the lobby is nearly sorted, and we should be heading in very, very soon.
Let's go,
Oh,
going in.
and we should be heading in
Spicy.
now into our lovely Lijiang Tower. So, Zima, for this first submap, who do you think is going to take it? If you had to
Oh, I don't
guess,
know what submap it is yet, so
that is a very good point.
I will need a little bit more context to that question, which we'll get in a few seconds, as we're finally getting into the map.
I'd say I'm going
Let's
to camp.
go.
I feel like Jormungandr have a plan if they're going to
Okay,
do this.
Garden. Okay, Garden. I would say Rocket, since they still have their um, what do you call it? Like their Winston available.
Winston, do you think Winston and Garden is that strong though? Oh, Pyco originally rolling out on the Sim, maybe just for the TP. Do you think we
Probably
could
just for
still
the
see a
TP.
Sim here?
Sim is good on this map type
Sim
as
is
well.
very good, Lee Chang. All right, the Sim
It is
TP to
seems to
start.
be just for the rollout. And Pyco switches over to the Tracer, and I like the Team Rocket composition way more than Jormungandr on this specific map. It's so easy to isolate this Ramatra, as you can see right now. Already forced out the punchy form.
Alrighty, big cooldown exchange there. Here comes another hit from Team Rocket with their Winston dive, and they managed to catch Tilted Fate here. Tilted does fall down to the dive. We've got a little pushback this time coming from Jormungandr, trying to step up to the bridge, but still just being held at arm's length.
Oh
Faye here. A
no,
boost attempt from
close.
Faye doesn't quite hit the mark, and Lune just getting his health absolutely hemorrhaged over this side.
Yeah, like I said, it's really easy to isolate this Ramatra who gets booped. Okay, that's the second boop for Faye right now, and the Winston is gonna jump in straight away onto the back line, trying to force some things out. There's a Suzu force, but nothing more as they jump back and just take the victory that they got. Oh. Yeah, and Bingus already has the Kitsune Rush, so if Jormungandr is not careful enough, they're gonna have to just face that ultimate head on. And Bouncy is staggered as well, so it's not looking great for them as they don't have any ultimates just yet online. They will have a Orbital Ray and the Soldier Note to start off the next fight, but yeah, they're going into a wealth of ultimates on the other team. I don't think so. Oh, barely.
This ends now.
Well, not really a C9.
Score 0-1.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, I really like the uh Winston composition on that garden, especially with the Lucio, who can really be a scary hero on the bridge specifically. And we did see two boop kills from him. So yeah, so
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective. Hello.
We are almost there. Just one more
oh yeah, nice. I'm excited to see this mirror. May of course is gonna be a big help for Team Rocket in this mirror as we see engage. Yeah, no ultimates available for either team still, but Bingus is much closer to their Kitsune than either of Jormungandr's supports are to their ultimates. So we're gonna see it next fight probably, but this fight is still gonna be a dry fight, which is gonna probably be decided by the first pick. Oh wow. And yeah, Team Rocket looking. Yeah, and they saved a lot of ultimates. They haven't used a single one. They had the rally at the end of there, but they decided to keep it, which was a really nice decision by them. Team Rocket, on the other hand, have their Kitsune to start off the fight, maybe even the mailed to secure it, as Jormungandr doesn't really have any escape for that. They don't have the Suzu or anything like friends.
This ends now.
Oh! Yeah, Team Jormungandr does come out on top, and your welcome's gonna get staggered here in the end. Pyko, if he can get out, that's gonna be huge, but the fight is unfortunately lost. There was a huge ult fight, and Jormungandr still have their blade to go into the next fight. Rockets, they're looking a bit worse for wear in this last fight of Control Center, if they're even able to touch. Yeah, nice aggression from your welcome at the beginning of the fight to catch off Bouncy, but it doesn't pay off as he dies for it. So unfortunate fight there from them. But you know, like you said, the blade sealed the deal before the fight even started, as you had to take care of Bungie before he could, you know, wreck your whole team into shreds with that blade. So unfortunate there from Rocket, who did not take it over the finish line, but they have another map here to do that.
We're heading to our lovely Lijiang Night Market to decide who takes this map. Nice little sim TP out of spawn. And this time we've got a Tracer swap from Pyko. No longer looking for the Mei this time.
Yeah, I mean, May could be good here, but I like the Tracer better. There's a lot of really nice angles that Tracer can abuse in this map type, sub map. And Faye gets another boop kill. Is that the fourth?
It might very well be the fourth. Faye opening up the fight and catching the second kill here. And it's going to be a quick cleanup from the side of Team Rocket onto Jormungandr. Jormungandr taking his right side, but obviously got to be really careful of Lucio's, especially on Night Market. On the edges, we've just seen how dangerous they can be, and Faye's always been good for it so far. We're heading for
we've
our
been
next
seeing
fight.
a lot of aggressive Lucios in this tournament so far, so Faye is one of them as well. So lovely to see, as you know, that's a very exciting playstyle to watch. And hopefully we'll see that more of that in the upcoming match.
We've got another neutral here. Recall already out from Pyko. Is going to struggle to really go deep onto this backline. But it's your welcome who's going super, super far. Does get traded for it. Does manage to catch Tilted Fate and Ome. Bouncy also falls to Pyko in the midst of this, but it's Jormungandr who are going to have to take a step back without the supports. Lune not able to quite get out all the way. Does get caught with a rail to the head at the end by Fam. And it's going to be another fight. We're well past 50% now in terms of the point, and also definitely coming online for both sides.
Yeah, it was a nice bit of aggression there from Rocket. A little bit messy as two people fall, but in the end they come out on top with a little bit of ultimates to go in the last fight.
All right, quick fight this time from Jormungandr. They go for a really aggressive push. They do manage to catch Fam off guard here, but the catch from Rocket is really, really nice, and they managed to win out the fight in the end. And there wasn't a single ultimate used there. We're heading into our final fight territory, and it's going to be a very, very big old fight, and it's favoring Rocket so far.
Yeah, Jormungandr doesn't have quite as many ults, but they do have a pick onto Bingus, which is traded out onto Bouncy by Pyko. So it's still even here in this last fight. But can you touch? Okay, this seems like the touch comes through in the end.
Dying with Rally there. We've got the Ram and the Genji on point securing the flip, but they're going to be isolated for quite a while. Lune does have the Annihilation to live a bit longer. And it's
Honestly, they're
catch
staggering
Fam?
themselves.
Another
Oh!
Fate, does it catch? It catches Tilted Fate.
Never
Tilted
mind.
Fate cannot stay on the map. Big ult exchange here. And it's really favoring Rocket so far without this rally to edge them through. It's going to be so tough for them. We've got Bouncy
Oh,
looking for something with the OC, but gets booted back. Faye, at the cost of his own life, does manage to boot back the touch. And it's Team Rocket who take the map.
Yeah, Fam popped the feeding Lucio magnet ult, but it wasn't able to touch, unfortunately. We see a lot of aggressive Lucio just go for that bait of trying to kill the overclock.
This was a huge beat from Faye. Really kept his team healthy throughout all of it, make sure
Yeah.
nobody was traded, and managed to push through with the Annihilation into that rally. And Brig, as good as Rally is, really tough to play Brig into a Ram who can slow, who can just punch through your shield. It's like it's not even there.
Yeah, that's true. But it is nice to have like a little bit of a boop with her as well against her. It is playable, but just if you misplay it, you're immediately dead.
Yeah,
Like you
it's a tough
have
thing.
the bash, you have the flail. You have tools to avoid the ram, just harder than some things.
Most certainly. And one of the trickier matchups as we go along. Well, with that map win, and I'd say it did get quite close to. We really saw some really nice play from Jormungandr when it came to the city center, which they won, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think they might take us next for this hybrid, though?
Ooh, I would love to see the maps for that. I do believe Midtown is still out. We actually have a updated graphic to show that. Honestly, Hollywood and Kings Row seem really good for Hazard. Numbani has a little bit higher high grounds that Hazard isn't as good as at accessing. He would have to expand his dash to do that on first point at least. So I'm expecting Kings Row or Hollywood, and probably Kings Row as Hazard is really strong there. Yeah,
But I think this
maybe
time, because they did ban Hazard first, if they want to play Hazard, I'd say Jormungandr have to ban a tank here.
yeah.
Because if they leave the tank ban open, we know Team Rocket, they're just going to ban Hazard. And Team Jormungandra's strat this time, which could be heavily reliant on the Hazard comp, may just fall apart without him, the main chess piece here. So if they were going to ban a tank, which tank do you think they'd ban to protect Hazard and also affect Team Rocket here? On the Kings Row, I think it might be. If it was Hollywood, I'd say maybe a Winston ban could be very strong here. Hollywood.
Yeah, Winston
really
ban
gives you
because
time.
your welcome plays it, or something like Ramatra, because we've seen them play it very well as well on Lijiang Tower. There's a lot of things you can ban. Really, it's up to you to decide like what's most annoying to play your hazard into. I guess is what I would say.
I still think Hazard is still very strong in Kings Row first, for example, when it comes to the other hybrid maps that we saw available.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think
true.
when it comes to the street phase, like obviously we saw yesterday from Let Me Know and MUC Celestial, MUC playing the Hazard on Kings Row looked very, very comfortable into the Queen comp at the time. And Hazard, able to climb these walls, able to get these high grounds and access these side routes,
Oh,
incredibly strong.
we get
But
Numbani.
we get
That's not what I
Numbani.
expect.
It's
That's not
interesting.
expected at all. Maybe Jormungandr has first ban priority here, they banned Winston, and that's gonna be a little bit easier to play into, I guess. But there's still Diva open. There's still like Ball. There's a lot of things that can deal with Hazard that you might not necessarily want to face on this
Mm.
like super dive oriented
Yeah.
map.
But yeah, Jormungandr, I think, will have to ban the Winston here. If we don't see a Winston ban, maybe they're just happy to play into it with the Hazard comp. You know, Hazard has a very favorable neutral into Winston. If anything, it's harder to play Winston into Hazard than it is the other way around. He's able to really get his armor out. He has his block on command, so you get a really favorable neutral trade, for at least the HP parts of it too. And I feel like Hazard can just genuinely bully Winston. So
Well, we do have to take the map into consideration. Numbani is one of the best Winston maps in the game. And yeah, Hazard's not as good on this map specifically because of the super high hang grounds, which he cannot climb as easily. He would have to use either his wall, which is not like a good way to do it, or his leap to do it. So it limits where you can take the fight. It limits how you can take the fight as Hazard. And I would say that if we don't see a Winston ban, that is a throw by Jormungandr. If they are actually trying to pick the Hazard and haven't trolled us
yeah,
in
if they
the
don't ban a tank,
team
then that
sheet.
does leave the Hazard ban open from the side of Team Rocket, and they could just ban it away on the second map and make it much tougher. In terms of other bans, we had an Ana ban last map. Do you think we might see another Ana ban this time?
Yeah,
Obviously, it
probably
would have to
could
be
be
your
from Jormungandr.
because Team Rocket banned it last time, so it's very. If Jormungandr choose to ban Ana here, they wouldn't be able to protect their tank, their Hazard in response. If they were just going to do a protect
True.
ban, which just to protect Hazard, they could just ban Roadhog, for example. But if they wanted to protect their team and maybe get rid of the Winston, they could just ban Winston, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If Winston is banned, what do you think Team Rocket would ban in response then?
Good question. Maybe like a Kiriko, which because so we do see a Diva actually. I would say Kiriko because Ana is one of the best hazard counters, and with Kiriko you can just cleanse that. So, but instead we'd see a Tracer ban from Yarmungandr and a Diva ban from Team Rocket, which is very interesting. I mean, I guess they don't have as much information on each other as we do.
That's a fair point.
So
I do think the Tracer ban is still very good in the sense that Tracer is a core part of a lot of dive comps you go to. You know, Tracer really able to stand in these positions and get these kills due to abilities like Blink, like Recall. And obviously, even with the spread nerf they added to her in the last match, 6 damage Tracer is still incredibly, incredibly strong. So removing this component from a dive comp could be quite strong. And obviously, shout out to Pyko on Tracer on that last map
yeah,
on Lijiang. Maybe maybe this is a bit more targeted, forcing them onto a hero like Genji, for example.
yeah, that could be as well.
What do
But
you think
yeah,
about a Diva ban?
it kind of unintentionally shoots them in the foot. I feel like if they're gonna go Hazard, because Diva is pretty good against Hazard, I would say. Like you can really just shut him out with the defense matrix and not let him get healed while he's in the middle of your team. So not be able to play that, and I say unintentionally because Jormungandr doesn't know that Rocket or Team Rocket does not know that Jormungandr likes Hazard,
That's a very
or
good
maybe
point.
or maybe we don't know that he likes Hazard because he went
It's
yeah,
a
he went
Winston
Winston.
mirror, it seems. Pyko hovering over this Junkrat in spawn. But on the defense so far, we've got your Ana Brig Winston, and along with a Genji Surgeon. And we've currently got Lune on the phone, maybe looking to call a friend and just make sure they can get this map through. Do you think Pyko will pick the Junkrat? Because the Frey, I think, might stick here.
No, we see an echo actually, and I didn't even have time to say my answer, which would be no, because this is not a good map for Junkrat. It's like juggling like tiny rooms and spam angles, this is not one where you can find those angles. Instead, we'll see an Echo which is gonna go from this left side, trying to find an off angle to wrap around and distract and be a nuisance from.
Nice nade coming in from Bingus there. Lovely follow-up from your welcome, but it is Bouncy who does manage to slide away just in time, get back to safety of her team, and live. Another jump this time from your welcome going in quite deep here, left at very little HP and does fall for this jump. Pyko comes to assist, but is candidly cleaned up by Bouncy with the rail there. And it's going to be a quick reset from the side, trying to make sure there are no more trades from their side either. Hopefully for Liv, they
you
did
have
not
to,
lose.
you do have to, like, always think about the LOS of your Ana as Winston, and you know we are going way too deep in there. Bingus does have 65% to their ultimate, but it is matched and one-upped by Ohm on the other side. So Jormungandr looking really good going to the next fight. If they can get the nano off before anyone falls on their team.
An early jump here for some space, trying to set up on this high ground, looking for the next turn. We got Bonji trying to clear out this Winston, making sure he's got no armor, no health when he jumps in next time. But it's Fam, along with a nade, I think, that catches Tilted out. And with backlines die from Jormungandr and 2% off this nano. This is a very clean fight. Trying to make sure there are no trades from Bonji here, the Genji doing his best. At the very least, it seems like a candid fight win, and maybe even first cap over to Rocket.
Yeah, and it
No
was.
ult
I feel like that was. I feel like that's the only universe where Rocket win this fight, is where they could get a kill or two before Ohm gets the nano, which would really wreck your backline. And yeah, they managed to do it. They have a nano of their own. They have the copy. They're looking really good now to like
I think
extend
that
this lead
fight
to
came
keep
through
pushing.
maybe an echo flank, but here comes the nano onto the Winston here. You're welcome, looking for something, a counter nano in response from Jormungandr. Lune doing his best with the bubble, trying to reach a bit deeper. Charging a bit more on Primal, but not able to get all that much and just ends up leaving. Not much gathered from both sides than Winston here.
Honestly, a waste of a nano there from Jormungandr. And now here comes the you're welcome aggression. Trying to do something, trying to force something out. Not really able to do that, and yeah. Nano already expanded actually by Rocket. I didn't know where, but the Primal is available still.
Yeah, we got Primal for this next turn, but it's the blade that comes out from Bonji. Absolutely massive blade. And Faye still being 12% of this rally really didn't help that. A nice clean fight win just for a blade, and we're looking at another reset.
Oh my god, look at the nano charge from Ohm. They just used the nano like at the beginning of the fight and they already have 80%. That is insane actually, but Bouncy does get naded and bam! Cleans up the kill to start off the fight. Rocket team looking really good.
Jormungandr without that hit scan can't maintain this aggressive staging as easily as before, but they're still looking for another hit. Here comes another Winston flying onto the Echo. The Genji dash through, sleep evaded, but the bash comes out from the rally and they manage to live through this, the backline of Team Rocket. Another cheeky dash over there from Faye.
Keep aggressing, Faye. But the Primal over here is a scary one as everybody's low and Rocket.
The follow-up from Bonji onto that. Bouncy does fall in the counter dive here, but we've got a Monkey with Primal in the backline. We've got your welcome moving part just a bit further here.
Fail.
Lune trying to juggle your welcome in, maybe trying to force this Primal. He does force the Primal, but Lune juggles so far back. Can he get the care he needs? Bonji also back in the fight, looking for something now. Setting up top left, looking for this Echo. And it's a massive bowler this time from Fam onto Ome. Your welcome is traded, but both backliners and the Genji down. It seems this second point might very well go their way. Lune doing his best to live on point. Soj sliding on as well. But without any supports, without any sustain at the very end, it's going to be a candid second point from Team Rocket there.
Yeah, neither team has any ultimates going into the next fight. Benji is the closest one with the blade on 68%. But yeah, this one's gonna be a dry fight, and this can be decided probably by either a random pick from Fam or Benji or Bouncy, or something like a nade setup from either Ana. And here actually is
Lovely
a
nade
nade
onto Lune
coming out
there.
into the Winston.
Forces bubble, and he's gonna have to jump out from this aggressive staging on height. Taking a quick step back here. Bonji looking to charge this blade because it's getting very close to final fight territory, and Bingus also closing on in this nano. Fam getting dangerously low, but does manage to updraft out. We've got an echo flank on the side, and then Bouncy just about doesn't live with the Winston right click at the end.
All right, yeah. Rocket are looking good over here to try to finish off this map. Nana comes through onto Lune. And this Genji is looking worse for wear, but managed to get out. And the attack has been weathered off by the backline of Rocket. Faye doing a really good job to protect the Ana. And here comes the counter aggression from You're Welcome. Sleep comes out to disable that, but Lune falls on the card, and Bouncy is not gonna stay on for much longer. It's only Bonji with the blade to try to finish this off, but goes down immediately as he pops blade, and it's not anything that can stop Rocket from finishing this map, as they just roll on in, steamrolling the opposition of Jormungandr to finish off the cap with more than a minute remaining.
Yeah, that was a very good push there from Team Rocket. We still saw some solid bits of defense from Jormungandr, but it was like these picks to open up fights. Losing your hit scan early on in the piece really affected them. They couldn't hold the space as well. And their nano turn we saw there with the monkey Genji dive, having to go so deep. Both backliners were left incredibly low, but not being able to secure the kill, losing the space in return, it made that pushback so much easier for Team Rocket. Really nice spacing from Faye and Bingus in terms of backline. And shout out to Fam, always being in the kill feed with these Freya bolts, making life really hard for Jormungandr's core here.
And actually forcing Bouncy onto the Freya as well. It's just showing how dominant he was in the last fight, or last round, I should say. Yeah. Okay, we don't really see any other changes other than that. It's gonna be pretty much the same. Bonj is still in the Genji. We don't see what Tilted is gonna pick just yet, but I imagine it's gonna be Brig. Just like the last time. Actually, it is a Lucio. That's interesting. Lucio Ana coming out from Jormungandr on the attack. Not what I expected.
Without the break, Diana is going to find it a lot trickier to leave these dives. They're going to have to space much further away to deal with this Winston threat, most certainly. But the Lucio does enable the aggression a fair bit more. We've got a Genji sneaking on under, Lune going from bottom left, looking for a jump onto backliner.
Oh, You're Welcome gets slapped in the backline, and Lune is pretty healthy in the other backline.
Nade, defensive nade out from Bingus here onto You're Welcome, keeping him up. And it's Lune who falls on a bit earlier into this piece here. Lucio so low and is just about cleaned up. We've got Jormungandr just looking for any trades that they can grab, but the Ana Brig here just a bit
I was about to say the flail miss could have been crucial, but the Lucio was finished off in the immediately after that, and that switch to Brig Tilted does. So that's what I expected from the start. Tried something, didn't work, and now they're back into the main.
Yeah, a classic Ana Brig mirror. Well, a mirror wholesale, I'd say, with entirely mirrored comps here. Nade out from Bingus so they can take this step a bit further, but they've got to be really careful with this nano if they've been tracking it. Bingus charges super quick on the defense here. We got Bouncy with a lovely angle onto that sideline there. Here comes a jump in from Lune, but Lune is
it goes short!
A counter dive with the nano onto Your Welcome, but Bouncy escapes it quite candidly. But unfortunately, the
Mm,
fight has already been lost, I'm afraid. We've got Tilted trying to live, but the bolts come in, and it's a pushback even further. Maybe Bonji is the one that catches out Faye on this walk up.
ooh,
So
that
losing
might be
this brig,
crucial.
without the
That might be
stability of
really
the brig
bad for
here,
Rocket. Yeah,
this could definitely be their
as
chance.
yeah, almost still respawning with the nano, but once they do, it's gonna be pretty good to go as Faye is not set up properly just yet, and not gonna be for a little bit. And this Ana is gonna be a bit more vulnerable to attack if they go fast. Like if they go now, at any point. Okay, there we go.
Right,
We
now
have a
comes the
nano
nano onto
Genji.
Bonji. Here comes the blade. It's a nano blade invested, and it catches Fam, just slicing onto the Winston here, but doesn't get the second dash reset. So this blade is only going to catch one kill. Looking to maybe secure this just for sure now. Nade splashes onto
Oh,
Bonji, and Bingus does get the kill. A rally out from Faye to live this dive. And ultimately, it seems like Team Rocket have once again weathered the storm. No matter what Jormungandr have been throwing at them, Team Rocket have been really solid on this defense.
yeah, they do get a tick, but that's not enough to cap the point, unfortunately. And they
It
do need to
was
cap it.
a
There's a
primal force.
primal rage coming out from your welcome, dropping in on the bouncy from out of nowhere, I would say. Does get a stagger, and that's one more thing Jormungandr has to deal with. Is waiting for this Freya to come back. Bungie on this angle, maybe a bit too early. But time will tell.
Yeah, we're looking at another neutral here, but this time, Tilted, we're not having to worry about this primal. So maybe a more aggressive use case for the rally this time. Maybe looking for a jump on a nade timing, and the nano is
Oh,
perfect this time by Bingus. This nano engage off the nade, beautiful. And it's a rally checks from Tilted. It was just too good of an engage there, and this is already last fight. I'm afraid that sealed the deal. An amazing engage, and the rally not able to live through the nade and the nano jump.
yeah, that was a huge play there from Bingus on the Ana, setting up your welcome so perfectly with a nano and a nade on the back line. And that's, I believe, what we're gonna see in this play of the game. Yes. Oh, would you look at that? The
It's
rally doesn't even stand a
brilliant.
chance.
Yeah.
You do have to pop it as this is the last fire, but it doesn't do anything. And oh, a nice punch there to finish off the play of the game, which
Yeah.
was really set up by Diana. So let's give credit where credit's due. That was an amazing play by Ana.
Lune did, sorry, you're welcome. The Winston did obviously execute very well in that as well. So props to him for sure. But yeah, where do you think, well, that must have been quite a blow to Jormungandr now, losing on their map pick, and not even just losing, that was a dominant full hold on Numbani for someone who got full pushed all the way, and it was Team Rocket that capped with a minute to spare, and then going from your attack and not being able to get a single point. When you look at their defense, they got steamrolled over in just one fight.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but maybe you have to change the game plan. Obviously, honestly, as Jormungandr, we still haven't seen the hazard that they've been.
And they've been famed for at this point. Yeah, still got this hazard
Yeah,
available. So maybe it's a map 3 hazard situation. And maybe it's this time for all the marbles, we bring out the hazards, we bring out some sort of comp. But do you think we go to another dive map? Because it seems like it hasn't really worked out for them in this. It seems Team Rocket have their number on the Winston Brig dive mirror here. As
yeah,
good
for
as
sure.
I've seen from Yomaganda, it seems like Team Rocket just have their number on it on the whole.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Team Rocket has been just so much better on the execute with the targeting of heroes and just honestly, just like mechanically, they have been better than Yarmagandr this whole match. So yeah, Yarmagandr needs something to turn their face around, but yeah, I would really love to see what they go next. Uh, Let me see what maps do we have for next. next map that are available.
Well, while we get up those maps, we shall have a quick look. So
Oh well,
it is
it is Havana.
escorts, and it seems Jormungandr, for their last ditch attempt to get a map win here, trying to fight back in this series, they've gone Havana. Uru, obviously, I think
Yeah,
completely off the cards after what we've seen on that Winston matchup there. Um, I think maybe Circuit Royale could have been another option though.
yeah.
Why do
I
you think
feel
they
like
chose Havana over Circuit here?
honestly, Havana is a bit better. Is a bit worse of a Widow map than Circuit. I would say Circuit, you basically have to play Widow, or you're just giving up a really big opportunity. On Havana, there's ways to play around it. There's ways to path around the Widow sidelines, and yeah, maybe they're not as confident in a Widow specifically, but they're maybe they have something up their sleeve that they wanted to try in a match. But I don't know, something like close hold could work really well on Havana and couldn't work on Circuit Real.
That's a good point. So, yeah,
The three
we
fight
might
first
potentially
point.
see a spawn hold here to start off with. But with the map rework, obviously, and the rework to spawn on Havana, spawn holds have become quite a bit trickier. I feel like if you're going to, if you're Jormungandr and you're going to choose Havana here, maybe you actually are trying to lean into the Whirl because we've seen Bouncy be really, really strong in terms of the hit scan. Even though Jormungandr have been losing, I think their DPS have been like showing us a very good fight on the whole. Maybe they're trying to lean into the Bouncy Widow, like we saw yesterday in terms of circuit. We saw a nice Widow matchup from Loophole
Yeah.
and Fallen there.
Yeah, we have seen Fam on the not necessarily hit scan in the hit scan role, but Freya. So we haven't seen any actual hit scans from the team of Rocket. So yeah, interesting to see what they're gonna play on this map. If maybe if maybe like Jormungandr can ban the Freya. Actually, they don't. They ban Winston on this Savannah map. Very interesting. That does eliminate probably Rocket's best pick. I would say it wasn't worked really well for them, but this is not the map you ban it on. I'm
I
not
feel like
gonna lie.
with what we've seen, it's playable, but I'd say it's very tricky. But if anyone could play Winston on this map, I've got to give it to Team Rocket here. So I think nonetheless, a good ban because it has protected the hazard, which we have heard tales about. Maybe we'll see again. Who knows at this point? Otherwise, I think maybe we're looking for more or a Matra matchup, much like Lee Chao,
Well,
where we saw it
I
on a
am
couple
starting
maps.
to think. Well, I'm starting to think we've been bamboozled by
Maybe we
this
have been bamboozled about the hazard here from your
team
counter.
sheet. We haven't seen it on two very good hazard maps,
What do you think about
and
that
we
beast
they've.
ban in response, though? Do you think that forces more a Lucio carry or like a Juno break in comparison?
I think they're expecting. I think Rocket is expecting a Sig maybe, so that or either Sig or a Matra composition, which to be fair, like a BAP is really good in both of them. So maybe they're trying to put Jormungandr on the wrong foot, just starting off over here on this map. Not expecting the hazard, obviously. They don't have this sheet that we do with
That lets them know, of
really
course.
secret, totally accurate information. So yeah.
Well, it
Okay,
seems we're going to be entering the map now as the lobby has been set up and both teams are already here. So we're going to be looking at who walks out on defense. Rocket obviously starting out on attack here, and it's going to be Jormungandr on the defense to start here.
all right. Come on, Lune. You can pick the hazard. You just have to hover over the big
Lune, please
Scottish
entertain us.
guy.
Let us know
And it
the
is
information is correct.
no, it's we see
It's
here
Sigma.
Sigma.
I think
Okay.
the Batman does shut out the Bapillary, which is so famed in terms of poke comps. Sig Bapillary, incredible throughput, incredible damage pressure. So tilted on the Ana. And this is their main support on Ana this time as well.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's true. Switching over to the Yare to start us off on this defense, and yeah, that's a very interesting pickup because obviously you can play Zen instead here, but they opt into this Yare instead. Very interesting to see. And
I
Bouncy
think
is
Lune is going
on.
to find it quite tough, but nonetheless, it's Faye who's got the first pick onto Bonji here. And we see the Ram into Sig matchup here. Lune having to give all the space into Sramatra when he has Nemesis form is going to be finding it so tough. But it's also Lune who managed to kill Faye in response, but does fall under the accumulated damage from that team composition there. Bouncy slept up, and even with care, isn't traded.
Oh, Bonji trying to finish
Pyko,
off
who
its
managed to
target,
clean
but
up both
not.
backliners there. This might just be first point already. I feel like
Yeah, for sure.
Sigma here is going to really struggle. I'd have liked to see maybe a Ramatra from Lune to start off with. We've seen them play it before. And we're
Yeah.
already on second point.
I mean, maybe they're trying something that's like they're more comfortable on. Obviously, Ramatra worked pretty well on the first map. They did pick up a sub map, but your welcome just falls down immediately, trying to walk up the stairs.
You're
Quite
welcome,
unfortunate.
taking so much damage on that little walk up and shot by all these people, falls down immediately. We've got a
Yeah,
little bit of a
Tilted
close hold from
Fate is
Jormungandr here.
Tilted Fate is coming up to this nano, so maybe if they play this fight a little bit slower, they're gonna have it to start off with. And it's gonna go probably over to the Sig or Genji, I would imagine.
Lune in a bit of trouble. That Discord putting so much extra damage in, and with the pressure from the backliners on that angle as well, it's Lune and Bonji who fall. And we've got Rocket taking this aggressive positioning on this high ground, looking to hold a bit closer as they take it slower. Still got this nano turn of their own. Nice nade onto Bouncy. Slow on the choke. And here comes the
Nano.
Ramatra with the nano walking forward with Genji assistance here. Going so deep, and we've just got a Zen on cart, looking out for any stragglers. Still got this Annihilation to push back even further. And look at Jormungandr, that's their nano. That's their only ultimate gone for this second point recontest.
That was from Team Rocket. Jormungandr still does have their nano, but they're going into 4 ultimates, which is gonna be a bit hard to do anything about. They do need to touch though, and 2 ultimates are already forced out from Team Rocket. There's a trade on point, and your welcome is the tank who goes down, so they're looking pretty good on Jormungandr to finish this fight off. It's another trade coming in from with the backline going down, both of them. Tycho gets 2 kills on the blade, and Faye finishes off Bonji. So Team Rocket do manage to cap this in a very fast time, actually. But they have to use a lot of ultimates to do so.
Yeah. A bit of a misstep there from Jormungandr. After those trades, I think they felt confident that they could just win out the fight. But it's Team Rocket who managed to fight back. And without the investment of these, like, of this Yariel, of this OC, of this Blade to secure the fight, it became too messy. And it was Team Rocket who managed to cap second point. Lune still sicking this Sigma. I think a bit trickier here, especially into this Ram. It's a nice rock. You're welcome still having this Annihilation turn available.
Yeah, and imagine they're gonna go aggressive with this Annihilation. Trying to push into the space. The sun comes out from Yari, but it doesn't connect to anything, and it goes down. You're very vulnerable without any cover there. Bonji does get a pick onto Bingus. And the fight is even, but Team Rocket are looking worse for wear than Jormungandr.
That ult,
But they're
the ult cycle from Jormungandr managed stabilizing it with the Captive Sun, with the Blade to push back. And they managed to catch Fam on the exit, so we're looking at another neutral here. Got to care these ults from this Annihilation still being held from Your Welcome. But now he's got a nano turn again from Bingus this time.
yeah. And I would imagine it was gonna go over to Your Welcome with the Annihilation, and it's gonna shred the backline. But Bouncy with the overclock could try to go for the backline of their own. Speaking of, pick onto Genji, onto Zen is what starts off this fight for Jormungandr. And
Still trying to take an
yeah.
aggressive walk up here. Slow out already, and here comes the Nano. You're welcome trying to walk forward a bit further. And a counter Nano onto the Sigma in return, but it's a lovely nade. Finding it really tricky to heal through this. But it's a Deadeye that catches up Bouncy. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Still got the
weird.
Annihilation here. Gonna use it in this last fight, and there's no defensive ult in response. It's gonna find it so tough. Lune's so close to this gravitic flux. He's gonna need it very, very soon.
Oh, Lune's anti and goes so low, barely able to survive, but not for long as the annihilation is popped by You're Welcome. And there's just stragglers trying to touch, trying to stall out for time. But Blade is gonna be able to finish everything off from Pyko, who lets the team cap with over 2 minutes remaining. So it's pretty dominant here from Rocket, and I would feel like the mental on the side of Jormungandr is just going down significantly after every minute of playtime.
Yeah, I think you're really seeing the effects of the Baptiste man here. And nonetheless, I actually commendations to Faye and Bingus here. The backline doing so much work. Bingus with these nades have always been so good for these pushes, especially even in that last fight. Lune closing in just a few percent off this gravitic flux, but he's not able to live because of the anti and just takes too much damage. Still isn't able to sustain through it with the kinetic grasp there. What do you
Yeah.
think about the Sig composition? I think the Sigma is really hard into what they're playing here, and there's so much damage. The Discord making it really tough. Honestly,
I'm
I
not
think maybe a
even.
bit of a faster comp or a Widow from Bungie this time in spawn. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, we have a
It seems
DC. I'm
like
not even
Luna.
sure what Sigma is for here. I mean, he's really weak into Ram. He's really weak into Ana, who can sleep his he has like a lot of really easy abilities to sleep, like the rock and the gravitic flux. So I'm not really sure what it is for. Azan as well could just chance the gravitic flux. I would rather, yeah, much rather see some faster comp. Like usually what you see the Sigma for in these kind of maps is for to like deny the angles from Widow, but you don't see a Widow coming in from Team Rocket. You should switch. If you don't see a Widow, you should just switch.
Yeah,
Especially if you're going against like a Ram and a Zen. And
those
yeah.
are very passionate and punishing for tanks, no matter which tank you pick, to be honest, Zima. I'd say that Sigma has very good matchup into squishies, but due to the nature of the squishies and how they're playing around it, like we saw Lune have such a tough time. He can't really hold close to Ram because Ram can use his shield once you're up a bit closer, break down yours, and just punch straight through you. And obviously with the slow, making it even harder to get out. And the problem on top of that, we saw the effect of phase Discord there from the Zen. Really punishing Luna HP. And we're going to see a Ram swap on the defense to start off with.
Yeah, I like it better.
Do you think maybe they go into lean into a bit more speed, try to go a bit quicker against this comp? Because Ana Zen, still quite squishy. Doesn't have all the mobility in the world, of course. They're more better in these stable positions.
Well, I would much rather them go something like Lucio or Juno, but they do go back to the Iare, which I don't like that much, but that's what they're opted into. It does offer a bit more damage than Lucio or Juno, but I don't think that's what they're lacking, honestly.
All right, we see a lovely little neutral on this corner. Deflect exchange. And it's a lovely slow onto Pyko. The punishment from Jormungandr really on point here. A dash through, looking to press his advantage a bit further. You're welcome having to block for his very life here. Does just about stabilize and gets to another cooldown rotation. But the backline zoned off. And the anti is really good onto You're Welcome. But it's Faye Fingers who catch the DPS from Jormungandr on that push. It seems they may have stepped a bit too far.
Yeah.
Good catch from Team Rocket.
I mean, a nice fight on the first time, like, obviously, a really good pick from who was it? It was a Bouncy. Okay, I'm melting from the heat. I'm so sorry. But Team Rocket does have a lot of ultimates coming up, and Jormungandr didn't really charge any ultimates off of that one kill. Faye obviously has the Transcendence. There's a Nano which could start the fight, and I imagine will start the fight for us here.
Nano onto the Ramatra here, presses forward, but it's Bingus who falls in response. Then the counter Nano onto Lune, so good. And with the help from Gandhi, they managed to clean that up. But they're not able to live this turn. The anti onto your welcome, almost ensuring he meets his fate here. But the pushback along with the discord here, it's good from Team Rocket. And even with those trades, they do manage to come out on top once again here.
Yeah, time is ticking down for Jormungandr. They need to do they need something to get a grip on this game.
What do you think about this blade here? Without the Trank in response, this blade from Bonji could be incredibly, incredibly strong. Same goes for the Eariel as well, I think.
That's true, but I think they need to wait out some really important cooldowns like the sleep and night.
Oh,
Oh.
Rhinoon slept and quickly dealt with in response. Looking to press his advantage in the 5v4, and it's quickly a 5v3 as Ome catches Pyko there. Gotta be careful on this push. Just like last time, we've got a trade from Faye. This is so dangerous. But this time it's Bonji who manages to catch this menace in the flank.
Right, Faye is good for one.
Trying to secure this first point. Jormungandr, you're welcome, has the Annihilation to live. They have the ult to push this even further if they need to. Here comes the Captive Sun, looking for backliners here. You're welcome, stuck the cart. That is Bingus who falls along with that. Bonji does fall in response.
Bonji Blade Jaxes, no!
He's got a Blade Jax from Bonji.
Oh, but it's a C9!
Has gone through. You're welcome, too worried about his own backline and not able to stay on cart here. It's still a scrappy fight, but Jormungandr sealed the deal.
It was a Distraction Blade. Distraction Blade is what it was. Bouncy still has the overclock, but it's gonna be answered by a Blade and Annihilation and the Xenot from the other side. So they're gonna need to space out their ultimates to maybe get some of the ultimates out of Team Rocket, because their ult bank is looking quite strong right now.
You're welcome, forced to Nemesis form early and take a quick step back here. Just blocking, making sure he retains his HP advantage here. Still got the Annihilation if he decides to. Maybe looking to zone off Lune here. Lune's got to be careful here. I'll slow onto the Ram just to help things out a bit. And we see the Pylon keeping Bonji active on this left side. Quite nice. It's the Ana who's forced to touch. God, and there's a Nano Blade from Team Rocket. Catches 2 here. And the pushback was so good. Managed to using this Nano Blade to win out that fight.
I mean, you're not... Oh. Oh. Psycho, Pyko does get a bunch of damage into their head, but if I'm Team Jormungandr, I'm not too disappointed by that fight. You get Nano Blade out. Ooh, what I am disappointed by is the death of Ome over here. That's actually not really good.
Really
However,
hiding in the corner to manage to get a quick sneak kill onto the Alari here. And there's another quick reset as Jormungandr take their time. But this is what's enabling Team Rocket to charge up more ults, like once again, and making it a bit trickier this time as time goes on.
yeah, they need to be a bit more cautious of early picks. They do wonders as we see an Annihilation with a Nano coming in. They
good, but the Trank is better in response, and Lune just has to back up with the hands. It's Ome on the flank who's managed to catch up Pyko. You've got an OC from the side, a nice pincer from Bouncy here, and catches Fam. You're welcome, walking up with the hands, does clean up the Soch here. Looking to go even further with his own Annihilation. And finally, it takes a few more punches than you think. But You're welcome does manage to catch Ome. Nonetheless, it's still a scrappy fight, and Bonji has traded the Ana in response, but left so low on cart.
Yeah, Pyko's switching over to the Tracer to try to get to the point faster. Both Ramatra forms are exchanged, and You're Welcome actually goes down. Guys, you need to touch. Guys, you need to touch. Yep, yeah, yep. Good, good, good. All right,
You
Jormungandr.
see a Surge sliding onto car, ensuring that they do secure this gap. And Jormungandr onto second point.
Yeah, they secure with only overclock and annihilation that got used, and they're still keeping the momentum going into this next point with
Got a
3 kills
really
in their
nice
bank.
point rotation. Still got this Captive Sun, which is incredibly strong into this comp from Rocket. Haven't got many things to block it or deal with it for the most part. And with no real defensive ult, other than maybe a High Noon to zone off the Alari, it can be a bit tricky here.
Yeah, I mean that is one of the win conditions, but a Nano Blade coming from Jormungandr is another one. The High Noon obviously is something as well you have to watch out for, but other than that, I feel like you're pretty good to go on that ultimate combination.
Alright, we've got 50 seconds left in the piece. Nice nade onto Faye there. We're looking for something here from Jormungandr. Looking to charge at the last bit of these ults and maybe take it to a 5-ult fight, but it's tilted Fate on the Ana who gets.
Oh,
And it's a lovely pincer there from Pyko. Managed to clean up 2 kills there. And it's a
yeah, and a
full
nice High
collapse from
Noon.
Jormungandr. That was
Knowing that you don't have to stick it to the end, that a little bit of damage is enough for your Tracer to finish off the target. It's really nice team coordination, team trust. But on the other side, Jormungandr has 4 ultimates to finish off this cap. And
if they can lay
they're
it
looking...
better.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh, Oma goes down early though to the Bingus nade. Oh, Bingus Chungus strikes again. And you're welcome to finish off some kills as well. Does go down to Bonji eventually, but... Yeah, Tracer's still alive here, trying to wreak havoc in the backline. And is
Back on
shackling pretty
Lucio.
well.
Yeah, we've still got these 2 ults from the side of Jormungandr. This Blade, this Annihilation, Ponchi doing his best to live this. A pesky Tracer on the side. A Tracer of their own trying to combat this, and Bounty does get the kill here. Lune
Nice
had to
steal from
Annihilation
Bounty.
to live here, still trying to live on Carp, but Lune falls because he didn't get the touch. Bounty falls trying to clean up this ram. Omi's tied to Carp. Still got the outer pocket, but there's 4 people surrounding him. And I'm afraid the Lucio falls, and it's Rocket that take the Havana as well. A dogfight at the end, but I think a dominant showing there from Team Rocket. And it's going to be a clean
Absolutely.
3-0.
Yeah, and I think... I mean, it was a really valiant effort in the last map there from Jormungandr to try to come back into the map. With how the things are going, I would... My mental would be gone. Honestly, for them to pick it up and actually push it to the end of second point is impressive in its own right. So I do wish this team going like the very best going forward, but unfortunately they do fall to Rocket, who take their first win of the tournament. Congratulations to them, and uh congratulations to whoever's gonna get this MVP. Let's talk about that. Who do you think deserves it the most on this roster?
Oh, this is quite a tricky one for me. We've seen stand-up performances on different maps by well, basically every player has had a great moment in this series here. But I think for me, I think it's got to be Faye. I think it has to be Faye for me. On Lee Jung, fantastic work on the Lucio, consistently getting these poop kills off the maps. And not just in first fight scenarios either. Consistently throughout the maps, getting boop kills onto people. Really managed to come in off these dives and be a real cog in the machine, the way they're supposed to. Working super well with the team. Even on the second map, fantastic work there from Faye.
Yeah.
On the brig, ensuring that their team could live these dives on the Numbani. You know, Faye on the brig, a big part of it, the glue that really kept Team Rocket alive and consistently without trades for a large part of their defense when it came to Numbani. Even on the attack, doing fantastic work against the dives and the counter dives from Team Jormungandr there, doing really nice work. And obviously on the Zen here, on the flex support, which we don't often see many main supports flex the Zen, but this one is a real danger here. Consistently getting the first picks and the trades, some of these fights would have been impossible to win for Team Rocket without the Zen, without the Ana putting in the work. And I think even though we see fantastic performances all around, I think for me it's got to be Zen. Faye on the Zen
Yeah,
here.
I couldn't agree more. Faye getting the boop kills at the beginning, being the glue that stuck the team together on Numbani as well, with protecting the Ana really well in some scenarios. Yeah, I gotta give it to Faye on the main support, which we don't really see that often to get the uh recognition. So yeah, really
Yeah,
lovely to see.
yeah, I'd say I think we both agree on that one then.
Uh, so one sec. All right, and I think we don't have a card for it, but you just imagine it's like a Lucio, and there's like stats. There's like 50 boop kills in this match, stuff like that. Zero deaths, obviously. Um, and Faye is on top. Uh, anyways, that will be it for us. It's been really a really nice match as well. Hope you enjoyed. It's been Zima, and I've been joined by Val.
Yeah, thank
Do
you
you have any
for
last words?
watching, and take care. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, see ya.